Good afternoon, guys. My name's Steve. This is my 94 F-150 Lightning. Her name is Oprah. Check it out.
Oh yeah, that is a pre-runner. All right, Steve, hey, thanks for letting us give a tour on this. I've seen this well documented and shown on Terra Crew, and I'm excited that I ran into you here at King of the Hammers.
Yeah.
Off the race course here, and I cannot wait. I know you've done some updates since then. Please walk us through this. What are we looking at?
Sure. This is a 94 F-150. I purchased this off of Andy Sites. He's the one that named it. Her name's Oprah. This thing has gone through many generations. It was originally I-beamed. When I picked it up, it was the tube chassis that you see now. Some of the things that I've done, we cut the back off, we've changed the fiberglass. Most of the stuff I've done, it's been more on the cosmetic side, things that didn't need to be changed, things that I wanted to change, just my personal touch on it. So if we start off here on the front end, some of the things we had to do was relocate the shocks a little bit, keep things from rubbing. We originally had a tilt hood. We cut that off. It's now removable hood. We have some cool guy air scoops here feeding the engine. We did a bunch of sheet metal underneath, diverting air through the radiator, angled the radiator a little bit, added some power steering coolers, changed the bumper, added some auxiliary Baja Designs lighting. All the aluminum that's on the truck now has been redone. This is all currently done by us, me and Sacred Wave. We have a shop called In-House Pre-Runners, and this has just been a personal project for us, working on it in between customers' trucks.
So you live in Hesperia.
Hesperia,
So you, like a real off-roader, you took the dirt.
Yeah.
You did not take the road to get here, and so you turned into a little pre-run. And how long was that on the dirt?
Let's see, we took off from my house this morning. We did a first stop in Lucerne at the gas station. That was only about a 20-minute drive. We did hop on that pavement for about 3/4 of a mile and then made our way out here. It took us probably 35, 40 minutes from Lucerne to make it here into Hammertown.
It looks like we have 40-inch.
Yeah, 40-inch BFGs.
And we're center mounted.
Yep.
Engine pushed back how far?
Well, that's a tough one to say exactly how far it's pushed back, because this is a tube chassis, so there's really no relation to measure off of. You could probably see in through here, Dre, if you get a shot, you can see where my pulleys are at. You can see the front drive accessory is behind my hub. I would say from factory, it's probably 10 inches back, maybe 12.
What are we doing for steering on this?
This is a Power Steering Solutions rack by Charlie over in Hesperia.
And how's that doing the big bumps?
It does fine. She does like to eat through Heims. We're finding about every 300 miles of hard pre-running needs all new Heims. That's an expendable part. It's similar to tires. It's just something that needs to be done quite often with pre-runners.
And then what are we doing for a motor on this?
Motor is the original to this truck. The Lightnings came with a 351 Windsor. It's bored out to a 408 stroker. Has aluminum heads on it. Full custom exhaust. I think it's pushing about 350 to the wheels. Not horrible. It's not 500, but.
And then what are we doing for transmission?
This is a C6.
How's that been treating you?
Great. It's a full manual valve body. This transmission was built by Colhane, I believe.
This is a true sealed cab?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the inside of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Metal cab, working doors. This is a 1450 right here.
Oh, yeah. Just missing a number, that's all. Have you thought about maybe racing this just for...
Sometimes my ego starts to creep back into my life, but I have to stomp that down.
Yeah.
So no, racing I don't think is going to be in the future for this baby.
Now what are we doing for, what's your rear end? What do we have for gears?
We're running 511s, either 511s or 514s, I forget. Maybe even 513s. It's a 10-inch ring gear. I don't remember if this one was a Dirt Tech housing. or it's a Blitzkrieg housing, Blitzkrieg billet trailing arm mounts.
What's top speed you got on this thing on like a dry lake bed, let's say?
I should have looked at the lake bed today, but coming through Lucerne, we're using 2 different GPS modules to tell. And I was doing 90, that was at about 4,000 RPM. The chip's at 62, so might be able to push triple digits, maybe 101. On the way home, maybe I'll try, see what happens.
What are we doing for a fuel tank?
This one's a 42-gallon fuel safe. It's underneath these tires, and then straddling either side of them are toolboxes, aluminum boxes. We had to help a buddy out earlier today. I had to give him some tools as his upper link bolt was backing out, lack of prep.
So on a full tank of gas, hitting the pre-running at a pretty good click, how many miles are we looking at?
I think I'm getting about 2.5 to 3 miles to the gallon. A little bit of formula that I used this morning. I was out here last weekend and I topped off in Lucerne and drove home. And then from my house back to that same gas station in Lucerne this morning took 9.9 gallons. So I'm not exactly sure on the mileage. That was probably it was probably about 35 miles total round trip, 9 gallons. So what does that come out to? Just under 3 miles to the gallon, huh?
Yeah. No, that's about right for one of these.
Right.
And are we running 91?
Yeah, 91.
Perfect. You're out pre-running. This is properly equipped. I see you got the 2 tires. What else are you carrying for spare parts or recovery equipment?
Underneath here, we got the scissor jack. We took this idea from D. Gianni and copied his little setup that cradles the axle, can cradle my A-arms up front, carrying a little tow strap. Underneath here, we got our breaker bar, a little quick release. Pull the pin, drop it in the sand, pull your breaker bar out, change a tire. As far as real tools, we got a couple different toolboxes on the truck. Underneath this tire, there's some toolboxes back there that we had to get into earlier. Carry some sockets, some wrenches, some crescent wrenches, screwdrivers, whatnot. Over here, we have another matching toolbox. I carry fluids, some coolant, some power steering fluid, brake fluid, quarter to a transmission fluid. Up here in these boxes, we have the Milwaukee pack outs.
These are getting popular. I'm seeing
Yeah.
people doing like a modular type of.
We have a mount made by Off-Road Anonymous. They laser cut out a piece of steel. The 2 white tops are ice chests. The black top is a toolbox. I just keep my quick glance or quick, something needed real quick. 5/16 wrench, adjust the shocks, little screwdriver, just something real quick. You gotta adjust a belt or something, but.
You got the fire extinguisher and then you got another one on the other side?
Yeah, I got 2 fire extinguishers, and underneath those pack outs is a flame out system, Safecraft. We got the handle inside the cab. Pull that. Hopefully all the fire retardant dumps out. Haven't tested it yet, so not sure if it works.
I haven't seen this. Now let's talk about this.
Okay.
It looks like we got an actuator on a proper light bar.
Yep. Those are old school Baja Design Soltec lights, HIDs. We have those connected to our Switch Pros. So if we find the proper panel, we should be able to lift that for you.
Oh, so you got this on Bluetooth?
It's on Bluetooth,
And a switch inside.
And switches inside.
Oh my God, that's next level. I have not seen that.
Here on the lake beds, services, we might have to steal somebody's Wi-Fi. All right, you ready for those actuator?
And that looks like a pretty stout actuator. I'm sure you've tested it a gazillion times to make sure it's pre-runner worthy.
Yeah, so far. Yeah, I have the same actuator on another truck and it's proven itself. So you can kind of fine tune the lights while you're driving it, a little further down, further back, whatever it is. And then each of the lights, you can independently tune them too.
Before we go inside, and I cannot wait to see the inside, let's talk about travel. What are we running with front and rear?
Rear, we're pulling about 28 inches of travel using a 2.5 coilover with a 3.5 diameter coil on it. So it's the same spring as what a 3-inch coilover would take. And then a 4.4 5-tube Fox bypass on the back. Yeah, he said strapped at 28. Yeah, that's where our drive shaft angles, everything, right about 20, after 28, things start to get a little funky. So that's where she likes to be at 28.
And now, what are we doing for sway bars? Are we running sway bars?
Yeah. Out here, I have the smallest bar I could find. I can't remember the actual diameter. I think it's 1.25 inches, which is more something for like a little truck, a Ford Ranger. And then I got these long Everson bars. I think those are 20, I think those might be 28s. I don't think they're quite 36s, but that's the longest bar that I could find. trying to get a lot of leverage. I like a really loose truck. I like that body roll. It's kind of like poor man's travel. I definitely don't run a sway bar up front. My other truck is a full independent, all independent, like IRS. So with no sway bars. You know, I like to be able to pitch it around corners and let the truck duck walk, let it do what it wants to do. You have all the travel, might as well free it up.
A few times this is on the pavement.
It actually handles pretty decent on the pavement. It's not too sketchy. The steering's pretty quick. That's, I guess, where you would want the sway bar is on the pavement. It helps.
And then what are we doing for the front end? What's our setup in the front end? How much travel will we do?
We got 24 inches in the front. Same thing, another Fox 2.5 coilover running the bigger 3.5 springs, and then a 4.4 5-tube bypass Fox up front.
And you're center mounted, so that's, that just takes it to the next level. You're basically a 1450 truck.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, legally, I guess, yeah, it definitely is 1450.
And then, have you ever weighed this?
No.
What would you guess?
I would say this thing is probably 5,700 pounds with fuel.
Let's check out that beautiful inside.
Yeah, let's take a look. So this is where the magic happens. We just recently did this interior. It had a pretty nice dash. I think it was a Fiberworks dash wrapped in Alcantara leather. I just didn't care for the serviceability. I wanted all my wiring down here in the center. I didn't want to have to take the dash off or pull seats out to get to anything if I needed to get to a fuse. Although we're not running fuses anymore, it's all solid state. So these pods don't have to come off when you're servicing anything. All the gauges are handled by 2 iPads on magnetic mounts. You can run the Trax intercom through there, the Bluetooth stereo. Over here, this iPad connects my Holley digital dash, tells me all the vitals, everything I need to know about the engine, transmission, power steering. We got a 3-speed gate shifter for the manual valve body C6 transmission. This here was quite an obstacle to overcome the last go around, the Kivitech Hoon handle. This little plastic reservoir is not gonna be in here for very long. We have a billet one coming pretty soon. Ended up, we tried to run a pass-through system where we tap into the existing brake lines and just lock up the rear end. We were having some issues with the reservoirs, the master cylinder. So we ended up running all new lines, adding another set of Willwood Superlight 4-piston calipers out back. So now this is a full independent circuit, separate from the brake pedal circuit. We have a couple of Milwaukee pack-out cup holders.
Let's talk about that. Where did you get the idea, or is that something that's been around for pre-running? That is another first for me.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure exactly where I seen it, but Off-Road Anonymous, the same people that cut out the plate for the rear pack outs, they also make this. So I purchased that, had it powder coated, and we can hold 2 cups coffee or whatever it is that you prefer to drink.
60, 70 miles an hour, Barstow, Maine, and your drink's intact.
I don't know about Barstow, Maine, but but yeah, so far they haven't. One time it fell out, but I didn't have it locked in there quite right. But yeah, so far so good. We added this little center console here. Keep some stuff. Have my wife's sweatshirt in here right now. Registration, the insurance card, because she's fully California legit.
It looks like you had panels that you put the Alcantara on it.
Yep, this is a aluminum panels, bead rolled. We wanted to kind of keep that race car-ish look and still see the bead rolls, so just wrapped it in this suede real tight as possible. Rudy's Custom Upholstery in Hesperia, California did all the wrapping over our aluminum panels.
Do we have an air conditioner heater in this at this time?
Not yet. We do have heated seats. We still have this open circuit right here. That is where the air conditioner is gonna go. But this is mainly used in the winter time. It's a winter sport, so summer's not when I'm gonna be out in Barstow.
Gotcha.
But even on a day like today, we're in February and it's probably 72 out right now.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people like me in shorts.
Yeah.
Of course I wear shorts.
All the time, full-time shorts guy.
Yeah, unless it's a funeral or something.
So over here, what we're running for our intercoms, the PCI Trax, allows you to have stereo music inside your headsets. Plays through the iPad. You can take phone calls, make phone calls through that. We also have the Kenwood race radio supplied by PCI with my own frequency. I've had that frequency for about 17, 18 years. Not a whole lot of chatter on that guy.
How far have you been known to talk to someone?
Last week I was out here and I had it on Weatherman. And then when I got home, I pulled into my garage in Apple Valley and I could hear people talking from here. As the crow flies, that was probably, I would say that's a good 25, 30 straight miles.
What are we doing for batteries?
We have 2 Optima blue tops out back.
Do you have it set to where you go 1 battery?
I do have the boat switch here. Like right now, the way I typically run them, I run them on both at all times. Turn them off at the same time. One of them has to stay on to power the Holly system. I don't know why, but they don't recommend that you shut the Holly off.
What are we doing for your braking system for this?
So we have old school CNC pedal hooked up to Tilton master cylinders, going out to a set of 6-piston Willwood calipers all the way around. And then this guy is hooked up to a set of 4-piston Willwoods out back.
Yes, and this is probably about 5,500 pounds, 40-inch tires. How are we stopping out here?
Not in a straight line. Yeah, you hit the brakes. Right now the bias is set up a lot of rear bias. I like to pitch it around corners, but now that I have this to pitch it around, I should adjust it to give me a little bit more front bite, which will help with the stopping power. But the manual brakes lock it up, no problem. I don't have any complaints. Would always want to have more power and more braking. You can't have enough braking. It does all right.
What's a good tire pressure that works well with this?
So today, since we're just pre-running, we're not racing, given the variety of terrain that we're encountering from my house out here, I'm running 25.5 in the front and 24 flat in the rear.
How many flats have you had with this?
Let me find some. There's got to be some wood underneath somewhere here. But in this truck, haven't had any flats. Yeah, if it was race conditions, I would run 23 to 24, depending at Lucerne. Barstow, I'd probably run 26. This kind of came in handy the other day. I got some visors here, made by a man welder, sold through CarTech. Stay put when you're bouncing through the rough.
Do you have a backup camera for this?
No. Part of the design of this back half, let's call it, is I have great vision through this rear view mirror. I can see plenty behind me.
Which is very rare for luxury pre-run.
Yeah, super rare. I'm not a big like GPS guy, front cameras, rear cameras. I mean, all that stuff is cool, but at the end of the day, I just want to go fast in the dirt. So yeah, let's just clear the headlight bucket and then we'll go over towards Dre and we can just set it down there. Yeah, so like I said, this is the original Ford small block. It was a 351. It's now a 408 stroker. Has the Holley Terminator X EFI setup on it, running all Fox shocks all the way around. I was saying earlier, 2.5 coilover, but with the 3.75 diameter spring, I said 3.5 earlier, but and then a 4.4 5.2 bypass. When we changed from the tilt mechanism, we had to rebuild this whole core support because it used to pivot with the hood. Whole point what I wanted to be able to remove the hood is when you're out shock testing, tuning, you don't want to have to keep taking that thing on and off, or if you're having to work on the engine and doing something, a lot of times you're up here like this working on things, that hood would always just get in the way, so I'd rather just take it off, but still be able to have my headlights and blinkers, everything intact if I wanted to rip into town real quick. Some of the new additions that we added, down here is the CBR power steering cooler, all wired up automatically, turns on. That thing runs more than any of my coolers. Power steering seems to get up to temp pretty quick. The way we did the aluminum, that side isn't quite as asymmetrical as this side, but we have that mesh there cut out for the fans to release some of that heat.
What are the temps on this when you're hitting it like a sand wash? Does it run warm?
So I have all these fans, I call it a soft start. The 2 fan motors for the engine coolant don't start at the same time. I have this one here kicking on about 182. This one's turning on at 195. So the majority of the time it's just running on that one. I'll see it cycling on and off. Since we did the shroud out here, this morning when we left the house at 7:30, it was pretty cool out. Probably, I'd say it was in the high 50s, low 60s. At an idle, the fans came on, but once we started moving, I don't think my fans turned on till we hit Lucerne. My trans temp didn't even hit 160 till we got out of here. I think that's because the aluminum sheet metal is helping. So what we did is we're trying to grab as much air as possible into the grill, and that's why we're only running 4 lights, and that's why they're separated in that spread. Try not to block anything. And then we have this cap up top here that's diverting all the air to go out of the radiators, out past, hopefully out past the tires, not staying in the engine compartment. Then we have the cutouts in the hood, drawing air in for the intake, and then forcing the rest of the air over the engine, out the transmission tunnel, down the bottom of the truck. Haven't secured my time at the wind tunnel yet. They're gonna get back to me. The shocks were originally set up by SDG for the original owner. I've been messing with them, playing with the valving, set up a little bit different. After this week, I'm probably gonna change some spring rates in the rear. Front's pretty good. It's she's just set up nice and soft and squishy. What I want a pre-runner to be. It's not a race truck, so don't need it full kill. Got the KC lights for the rock lights, so I can look like a cool guy at nighttime. Yeah, so probably the truck that started it for me was a 69 F100 that was named the Corpse Grinder, and we raced that in several classes in MDR and more. We started that out in 1450. We raced it in Class 8, raced it in 1400 also. Like I said, it was a 69 F100 built by C&D Fabworks. That was back in, I think, 2004, 2005. Then after that, I had another Ranger that we built called the Tuna Can. Did some short course races with that. Won the MDR night race in that. And then another truck is actually out here. It's Cameron's Ranger, driven by him and his dad, Cameron and Kenny Walker. They got that out. You can get some shots of that.
This is your first true luxury pre-runner build?
No, first true one that's finished, yeah.
We got a crazy project going right now. And,
yeah, we have a few in the fire right now, but I wouldn't even call this luxury. The only thing, if there's anything, it's just maybe a little bit of Italian leather on the dash.
I think the viewers will make that decision.
Yeah.
I think it's proper. I think when you get an air conditioner in there, you can classify that.
Yeah, I guess.
True.
I don't know if it's luxury or more of just necessity.
I'm going to disagree. I think it's all necessities. It's all go, all show.
Well, I say all thrill, no frill.
Well, hey, thanks for this incredible walkthrough, detailed
Yeah, thank you, John.
I can't wait to see this thing in the dirt. I'm excited to see your other builds you have.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, John. Trey?